How many of you have ever experienced a sense of sadness and hopelessness? Often you might try to convince yourself that it's just another day and the feeling will eventually pass. But as the days go on, you realize that you're actually depressed. At that point, you think to yourself, well, what can I do to get rid of this dreadful feeling? Depression is a mental illness that can be treated through psychotherapy, medication, and exercise. One of the most effective forms of treating depression is psychotherapy. And though the thought of having to talk to someone about our problems isn't something we may be used to, it is an excellent way to understand our depression in order to overcome it. According to American Psychological Association, psychotherapy is a great way to pinpoint life events that contribute to our depression in order to identify ways to change, accept, or adapt to those situations. More than often, our depression is linked through certain life events. When this happens, it is easy to want to overlook these situations in an attempt to get over it, when in reality, what we need to be doing is dealing with it. Through psychotherapy, we are able to identify these situations and learn to deal with them. Although it seems easier to want to deal with these life events by putting them aside, psychotherapy puts into perspective how these situations only worsen depression by not dealing with them. Psychotherapy also teaches us coping skills for these situations while also teaching us how to deal with the overall symptoms and problems associated with depression. While some people may argue that psychotherapy isn't helpful, Times Magazine claims that psychotherapy is essential for easing symptoms of depression. As we are feeling depressed, we often find ourselves isolated from the world, not wanting to see or talk to anyone. A lot of this is due to the constant negative thought patterns. And so through psychotherapy, we learn to break these patterns and make positive ones in order to ease our sense of sadness. As we all know, some of the worst symptoms of depression is feeling hopeless. And it is through sessions that we learn to get rid of this feeling by adding meaning into our life, which isn't something that is easily doable without the aid of a professional. Although it isn't something that's going to change overnight, Times Magazine claims that after about 10 to 20 sessions, psychotherapy is as effective as medication. But of course, talking isn't for everyone, and so medication might be a better treatment option for you. Antidepressants is a treatment option that is excellent for treating depression. According to an antidepressant brochure, antidepressants can help us jumpstart our mood while giving us the boost we need to get over the symptoms of depression. When you're struggling with depression, you lack any desire to do anything fulfilling. With the use of antidepressants, an energy boost allows us to start doing the things we once enjoyed to do, all while making us make better choices for ourselves. Although this change isn't something that's going to happen overnight, after about 2 to 4 weeks, we will start to see a shift in our mood and emotions. This shift will help us improve our sleep, our appetite, and most importantly, our concentration. Still, for many, the thought of taking antidepressants is terrifying. But according to an article on antidepressants, this type of medication is simply designed to change the chemical balance in our brain. This chemical change helps shift our moods and emotions to a better place. Typically, antidepressants may be taken 1 to 3 times a day, depending on the severity of the case. As scary as they may seem, they typically come in a small container, such as this one, and they vary in sizes, such as these. All in all, antidepressants is like taking an Advil for headaches. The only difference is that antidepressants may come with minor side effects such as nausea, mild headaches, and dry mouth. Although the side effects may seem overwhelming, the result that you get from antidepressants overpowers the cons. Still, it isn't to say that antidepressants are for everyone, as some people prefer natural treatments. When seeking natural treatments for depression, exercise is an excellent remedy. According to Dr. Sarah Hausen's book, 30 minutes of exercise a day, 5 times a week, is the same as taking antidepressants. This is an excellent way to treat depression if you are impatient to wait the 2 to 4 weeks that comes with antidepressants taking effect. It's also a great alternative for those individuals who struggle with substance abuse and can't take medication. Although exercise includes things such as walking, running, Mayo Clinic claims that it also includes any other physical activities such as washing your car, weightlifting, and even gardening. And basically anything that will help you keep active is proven to improve our moods. Mayo Clinic states that through exercise, we release feel-good endorphins that enhance our sense of well-being. The release of these endorphins aid in energizing our spirits, making us feel good. As we start to feel good within ourselves, we gradually stir away from negative thoughts linked to depression. As our body is releasing these good endorphins, we start to feel more confident and social, both in which are contributing factors to a positive mindset. Whether it's cardio or weights, our mind takes a break from the overthinking and distracts us away from the cycle of negative thoughts that feed into depression. As we start to feel good within ourselves, we begin to gradually stir away from the negative thoughts linked to depression. To conclude, it doesn't matter how severe or mild our depression is, there are treatment options available to improve our quality of life. Instead of waiting for these symptoms to pass, let's be open to the idea that we don't have to live a life of sorrow. Instead, with the help of treatment, we can say no to being hopeless, no to social isolation, and most importantly, no to being unhappy. Thank you.